everyone, welcome back or welcome to my channel. I am so excited. Welcome to the little cozy corner of my house. Today we are doing a book haul and kind of a TBR for the month of July. I have been wanting to do this video for so long. I've been in such a reading slump for the longest time, and currently the book that I'm reading is not helping with that, so we're gonna get into that. But I have really been wanting to get back into reading. I've just been so busy with uni that I haven't had the time to. But now that we're on holidays for 3 weeks and I've kind of been building my collection back up a little bit more, because I feel like I'd read pretty much all of my books, other than like a couple like seconds of books and series and things that I just felt like I needed to reread the whole thing first. But yeah, I've gotten some standalones that I'm really excited about, and actually they were an awesome marketplace find. So here is my stack of goodies. I am so excited about this. I haven't bought books for months, possibly even like a year, because I had a goal for a long time to just read all of the books that were on my shelf and get that over and done with. And now that I've pretty much done that, I was like, I don't have any new books to read, but I also don't want to pay like $25-$30 for a new book because that's painful. So I went on Marketplace and I found this awesome deal of all of these secondhand loved books for like $5 each, and I was like, get me there. So I found kind of a selection of things that I was interested in reading, and we're gonna go through them. These are my two most important things to start with. So we're gonna talk about this briefly. Now, this is gonna have its own video, I believe. I am about a quarter of the way through, and unfortunately this is possibly the worst book I've ever read, and I don't know how much to say or what to say about it, really. I think for me, I do appreciate that there are trigger warnings with this book, and it is like a dark gothic fantasy book, but there are a lot of things in this that I don't think are necessary to be there, and I think there are some things in there that just don't aid the story for me at all. Yeah, I don't know really what to say about this book. I think this is going to come later, but this is what I'm currently reading, and this also has me in a slump. I've been reading this for the past like month, and I'm only a quarter of the way through. And to be fair, I've been doing shows and I've been really busy and all that, but yeah, we'll discuss this later. Then moving on to, oh my god, I'm like ruining this beautiful setup. No! Oh, guys. Okay, to start with the thing that I am most excited about, it is this beautiful blind date with a book that I bought off, she's got an Instagram account, I think it's Blind Dates with a Book NZ, and I found her on Marketplace. This is also where I got all of the other secondhand books, and isn't this just like the most gorgeous thing you've ever seen? It's got all of these gorgeous little stickers. It's even got a tea, strawberry, raspberry, and loganberry tea, some stickers, a little lolly, and it's just gorgeous, and I'm so excited to open this. It has literally taken everything in me not to open it yet because I was trying to get through Anathema first. I just realized I didn't even say it before. I didn't say the name of it. We're going to be talking about Anathema by Carrie Lake. Anyway, moving on. Get that bad juju out of here. This is just stunning, and I wanted to buy all of them. Definitely need to go back and get another once I've read it. Pretty much what a blind date with a book is the book is all wrapped up so you can't see what it is, and you only get the description of it, like the blurb, and so you just have to go in blind. Ugh, I really want to open it, but I think I'm gonna make a separate video on it opening it and like my thoughts and everything, so I'm not gonna spoil the surprise yet. I believe this will be the next book in my book talk series coming out because I'm really excited about it. But the description for it is, it's got 4.02 stars on Goodreads. It's a romance that's been turned into a movie, which is curious. 1 year after marrying her high school sweetheart, he suddenly goes missing. Years later, after rebuilding her life, she gets a second chance at love. But then her husband is found alive all these years later, trying to come home to her. With a husband and a fiance, she needs to listen to her heart. She's just not sure what it's saying. So I'm so excited about this. So it's about a girl who marries her high school sweetheart. He goes missing. Then she rebuilds her life, has found another man. I guess now he's her fiance. And now the lost high school sweetheart husband has come back into the picture, and she's got to figure out what to do. So this looks awesome. I don't know, the fact that it's now been turned into a movie makes me confused why I don't know immediately what this is talking about. So, because this sounds like a Colleen Hoover or something to me, but I'm not sure. Or like an Emily Henry or something, but I don't know. But I'm really excited for this one. So stay tuned, this will be coming soon. Now onto this awesome stack of books. I definitely won't get through all of these in July, but I'm gonna give it a go. I'll kind of talk about everything all together and then my top picks for this month. So the first one that I got is All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. This is just such a famous, well-known book that I have never read, and I'm really excited about it. I just know that this is gonna be sad as hell, and I'm gonna be crying my eyes out, because immediately on the first page we've got the story of a girl who learns to live from a boy who wants to die. Trigger warning for mental health and depression in this, just before I talk about it, just in case anyone doesn't want to hear about that. So Theodore Finch wants to take his own life. Violet Markey is devastated by her sister's death. They meet on the ledge of the school bell tower, and so their story begins. It's only together they can be themselves. But as Violet's world grows, Finch's begins to shrink. How far will Violet go to save the boy she's come to love? So this is just going to make me sob my eyes out. And I know this is a beautiful book. And a lot of my friends have read it and loved it. So I'm really excited to read this one. I don't know if I'm in the right headspace to read it yet, but this will definitely be in like my August kind of TBR, I think. Next up, I'm just a sucker for a romance, to be honest. This is Holiday in the Hamptons by Sarah Morgan. I am so excited about this. When I saw this, I was just like, brilliant, another romance book that I haven't heard of yet, because I'm obsessed, and that's just the way it is. Felicity Knight loves New York, but when she spots her ex-husband in the city, Fliss is desperate to escape. Vet Seth Carlisle is back from California to establish his own practice and settle down. When he learns that his ex, Fliss, still lives close by, that future is looking a whole lot brighter. Okay. With the help of his adorable dog Lulu and a sprinkling of beachside magic, Seth is determined to make Fliss see he's never stopped loving her. But is it too late? Okay, so we've got an ex-husband situation. He's still in love with her, she's moved on, and he desperately wants to get her back. This is wholesome, and we love a vet. I definitely think this is going to be on my July TBR. This is definitely going to be in like my top 2 or 3. I just feel like in the mood for like a fluffy, easy to read, fast-paced book at the moment, especially after currently what I'm reading. So I think this will be the book that I tackle next. I think we'll talk about this a little bit later on, but my best friend Maggie and I are currently in the process of starting to write a little romance book of ourselves, and this is just going to be very inspirational for it. Like, I want to get back into that mindset because I've been writing a lot of fantasy recently, and we're kind of switching back into the romance brain, and so this will be really helpful for that. And on that note, I really want to make some writing vlogs and like diaries of my process coming soon, and I've been talking about doing a little Q&A video, and some of the questions that I got asked in that was about my writing process, which I definitely want to talk about. So I don't really know what that's going to look like yet, because I'm kind of in the first stages of writing the draft and all of the world building and all of that, but I think I'm going to try and get some vlog clips here and there, and try and compile a little like journey of what I've been writing so far and what I hope it'll turn into. But anyway, that's completely off topic. But yeah, this will be a really fun read for July. Next up, we have All the Light We Cannot See. So this, I'm surprised as well that I haven't read this book yet. And my boyfriend and I started watching the Netflix series that they recently made, and I think we watched like the first episode, and it was really good, and I know this is a really beautiful story, so I'm excited to have my hands on the book, because obviously the book will be better than the TV show. For Marie-Laure, blind since the age of 6, the world is full of mazes. The miniature of a Paris neighborhood made by her father to teach her the new way home. The microscopic layers within the invaluable diamond that her father guards in the Museum of Natural History. The walled city by the sea where father and daughter take refuge when the Nazis invade Paris. The radio waves that crisscross the air, bringing a long-lost voice and new worlds to her agoraphobic great-uncle. And a life which, unbeknownst to her, takes her even closer to Werner, a German orphan, destined to labor in the mines until a broken radio fills his life with possibility and brings him to the notice of Hitler Youth. In this magnificent, deeply moving novel, the stories of Marie-Laure and Werner illuminate the ways against all odds people try to be good to one another. I just know this is a stunning story, and I'm really excited to read the book. And this immediately reminds me of The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. one of my favorite books of all time, so I know I'm gonna love this. I think possibly this will be one after Holiday in the Hamptons. I'm not too sure, but I know that I do want to read this in July. Next up, we have Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. Again, I feel like this list is just a list of books that I'm like shocked I haven't read yet, but I have always been meaning to read this book. I'm actually such an egg, bro. I just got so confused because I read the blurb and I was like, wait, I've read this, but I haven't. I've watched this. So I've watched the TV show of Where the Crawdads Sing, and it was incredible. Was it a TV show or a movie? Maybe it was a movie. I have horrific memory, clearly, but I have watched the movie version of this, so this is awesome that I get to actually read the book. Obviously, I'll know the storyline, but our blurb is, for years, rumors of the Marsh Girl have haunted Barkley Cove, a quiet town on the North Carolina coast. So in late 1969, when handsome Chase Andrews is found dead, the locals immediately suspect Kaya Clark, the so-called Marsh Girl. But Kaya is not what they say. Sensitive and intelligent, she survived for years alone in the marsh that she calls home, finding friends in the gulls and lessons in the sand. Then the time comes where she yearns to be loved. When two young men from town become intrigued by her wild beauty, Kaya opens herself to a new life until the unthinkable happens. Tea. So yeah, I loved watching this. This blurb kind of gives different vibes to the movie to me, like slightly. So I'm excited to read, obviously, the original version. So this probably won't be a July read for me since I already know the story, but hopefully August I'll be tackling this one. Next up, we have Two Can Play by Kate Kessler. I don't know what drew me to this, but I love like kind of like a psychological thriller. Honestly, the first book that got me into that kind of thing was Verity by Colleen Hoover, and I have a lot of different mixed opinions about Colleen Hoover's writing, and I know the internet does as well, but her writing was some of the first that got me into reading, with It Ends With Us and Without Merit and Verity, and Verity was like mind-blowing to me. I loved it personally, and I just loved like the psychological thriller side of it and the horror aspect. And so when I saw this, I was like, I need to get back into horror and like psychological thriller because I really enjoy it. So meet Audrey Hart, a criminal psychologist who uses her own dark past to help law enforcement catch dangerous killers. Audrey has been hired by the prosecution to help prepare for the trial of teenage serial killer Ian Monroe. His one surviving victim, Tori Scott, is the star witness. But when someone begins killing with Monroe's MO, the authorities and Audrey begin to wonder if Monroe had a partner. Keeping Tori safe is the main concern, but Audrey has also attracted the copycat's attention. So I'm hyped about this. I feel like this will be a July read for me. I think we're just really hopping all over the place, aren't we? with Holiday in the Hamptons and All the Light We Cannot See and Two Can Play. But I'm really excited about this. I haven't read a book like this in a long time, and I kind of want to start getting into the darker themes and like more, I've said psychological thriller so many times, but I do really want to get into this kind of book. So this is definitely a July read for me. I'm saying this like I have so much confidence that I'm going to get through all these books this month. I probably won't, but I'm going to really try my best. I think definitely at least 2 of them I want to get through. That's like my goal for this month, is to get through 2 books. So hold me to that, and I'll come back next month and talk about my TBR for August, and we'll discuss. And to be fair, the next 3 weeks that I have off will be so good for reading time, so I'm going to hold myself to that. And lastly, we have The Bookshop Detectives by Gareth and Louise Ward. This was really intriguing to me because essentially the story behind Gareth and Louise Ward is that I believe, so this is a New Zealand written book, and they both used to be police officers or work in law enforcement, and they had all of these like obviously crazy adventures and stories from when they worked in the police, and then they eventually settled down and they bought a bookshop, and then they ended up writing this book called The Bookshop Detectives, or I believe it's a series. They come up with all of these awesome like mystery stories about murders from like their little bookshop, and I think that is just freaking awesome. So introducing The Bookshop Detectives. When a mystery parcel arrives at Sherlock Tomes bookshop in the small town Havelock North, New Zealand, husband and wife owners Garth and Eloise and their petrified pooch Stevie are drawn into the baffling case of a decades-old missing schoolgirl. Intrigued by the puzzling, bookish clues, the two ex-cops are soon tangled in a web of crime, drugs, and floral decapitations while endeavouring to pull off the international celebrity book launch of the century. With their beloved bookshop on the chopping block and the sinister suspect who forced them to run away from Blighty re-emerging from the shadows, have Garth and Eloise Sherlock finally met their Moriarty. For once, the cover copy is no exaggeration. The Diary of a Bookseller really does meet the Thursday Murder Club meets the bookseller at the end of the world in this witty debut novel, full of literary clues, comedic insights, and the kinds of Kiwis you only ever meet in bookshops. I am just so excited that this is a Kiwi written book, especially just like the mentioning of Havelock North and like, I don't know, just as a Kiwi reader, this is really cool to me. And so this will definitely be on my July TBR. So now I've had to think about it. I think my two top books for this month are going to be Holiday in the Hamptons and The Bookshop Detectives. I reckon I can get through these two. They sound so good. And then depending on whether I get through both of them, my next top two choices will be Two Can Play and All the Light We Cannot See. I think just because this one will be similar to Bookshop Detectives, I might do All the Light We Cannot See first. So I think these are going to be my top three picks. These ones here. Like I said, I haven't been book shopping in a really long time, and like having new books in my bookshelf is really exciting. So I'm gonna get into these and keep you guys updated. I'm also gonna do like TikTok little updates of how I'm going with the books, because obviously with long form content on YouTube, I'm gonna wait until I finish reading the book and then do like an in-depth analysis and chat about how I found them. So on TikTok, if you want to follow me over there, I'll keep you guys updated on how I'm going with the books and just checking in. And I also, this holidays, am determined to do a 12-hour readathon. I've seen so many people do 24-hour readathons, and that is like so aspirational for me. I don't know if I could do a 24-hour one, but I can definitely do a 12-hour one. So I'm hoping in the next few days, I will just find a day, settle down, and do it from like, I don't know, like 9 till 9 or something. Yeah, that sounds reasonable, right? 9 till 9, and see how much of these books I can get through. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I am so excited to get into these books and kind of start talking about how I feel about them and kind of getting more into books on my channel. And also stay tuned for the blind date with a book video. I am so excited about it. And maybe comment down below for me if you kind of have an idea of what that could be. For some reason, I just have no idea what the book is. And I feel like I've read like blurbs for books like that before. Maybe I've read it before. I don't think I would have though. So if you caught my blurb at the beginning for the blind date with a book, please comment below if you have any ideas of what the book is, because I'm really curious, but I don't want to Google it myself because I don't want to spoil it before I open it. So let me know what you think, and I will see you guys very soon. I plan to have a Q&A video just about my life and getting to know me a bit more, and then the anathema review and the blind date with a book coming up very soon. So stay tuned for all of that. That'll be a really fun time to kind of chat about what we think about books, and kind of, I would love to hear your recommendations as well. If there are any books here that are like reminded you of a book you've read that you've loved, I would love to talk about it. Also, when I first thought about making a YouTube channel at like the end of last year, I made a video of my top like 5 favorite book talk books. And I just thought it was kind of like the driest video of my personality ever. I was really not giving much. So I want to film that video again because there are some books that I really love and I really want to talk about with someone. So we can talk about them in the comments. And so I'll make that video soon of kind of like my top 5 books if I had to choose. Like if you were like, I want to become a reader, and I was like, here are 5 books that I love that got me into reading. Here they are. So yeah, I'll hopefully be making that soon as well. There's just a lot going on up here at the moment for video ideas, which is really exciting. But yeah, stay tuned. Please like and subscribe if you liked this video, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye!